What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Since getting to Diamond 2 early in the season, I haven't updated you guys on my progress to Road to Master. Watching EVO inspired me to try for Master, so that's my current goal before the next EVO in America. Although I'm winning online, there are still tons of flaws in my gameplay that I can improve on. So today we are watching some of my replays and show you how I identify my flaws and mistakes and what I should work on, really. But before we get into the replays, the number one tip I have for you to climb the ranks is to take breaks. Long playing sessions are nice and ideal if you can keep a cool head and analyze what you did wrong in the previous match and adjust for the next. But if you feel like yourself is getting impatient, dropping combos because your fingers are fatigued, or you're just losing attentions and focus, or you're just straight up getting tilted, then taking a break will definitely help you from losing those unnecessary points and time. If you look at here, like, I feel like I was playing pretty bad during this stretch. I was losing a lot, and then I went on a 7-6 game losing streak here. Yeah, it's 6, and then I went on a 7 game winning streak. And since losing a match loses you 40 points and winning a match gives you 50, so even if you go 50% win rate, you're still gaining points, right? If you're tilted, definitely take a break so you don't lose unnecessary points when you're not fully focused and you're not on tip-top shape for your game. But without further ado, let's get into some of the replays. A lot of these stuff I'm already fully aware of, and they are just bad habits built from grinding through the low ranks due to not spending enough time in the lab, like too reliant on Gladius, unable to confirm my hits and whatnot. So I mostly focus on what I can improve on mid-match and like what's some obvious mistake that I don't know. Like me getting hit by low here, getting hit by fireball is bad. And see, once again, he whiffed the throw there. I didn't punish it correctly because I was just slow. So here I take note of him ODing quite often. And I probably should have been more patient knowing that I would die from just one ODDP there. If he just wicks up with it and I'm dead. So that's definitely not a good habit of me trying to be super aggro when I'm within the one hit range. And I'm trying so hard not to jump against people like DeeJay, for example, like DeeJay Guile. I just want to like avoid jumping completely so that they don't get a free DP anti-air damage, right? That level 2 is just unfortunate. Because I try to use level 2 more often since it has invulnerability property, but the problem is the hitbox is kind of funky. So I personally wouldn't recommend using level 2 as a wake up option all that often unless you know, or especially if they're airborne. That's when it gets kind of dicey for using it as a wake up option. So we took note in the first match that he likes to DP a lot. So this is where I make the in-game adjustment to make using those notes against him, right? I want to be more patient. He throws a lot of fireball, so I want to like use Superman more often. And the good thing about DeeJay in this matchup for Marissa is that his DP is only one hit. So the medium punch combo into Gladius is actually safe against DeeJay. And I was just waiting for him to do something since he didn't really get punished all that hard other than eating a Gladius in the face for it. And by this point, he should have learned his lesson, right? And the tragic thing about Marissa on Modern is we don't have anything that can follow after a Drive Rush medium kick, or at least not that I know of. And I have to use the light auto combo here because I wasn't sure if I had enough frames after whiffing the Gladius while he was already in the air for his DP. So once again, I was able to punish his DP with Gladius because his Gladius is only one hit. And the light punch target combo into Gladius can link into level 3, and I was able to react when that level... My brain didn't register until the Gladius is about to hit that, oh, this is confirmed. Like, I can link into level 3 and he will be dead. So at least I was able to register that I finally hit him and when the Gladius hits, and I had enough time, thank God, of modern 1-button level 3, so I was able to make it in time to secure this round. But then he quits after this, so we didn't get to go for game 3. And this Cammy this series against Cammy is where I rank up to Diamond 4. Saying I personally don't really like fighting against Cammy because they have a tendency of using lows, they have fast walk speed, they tend to throw a lot, and the hooligan mix-up is not fun for Marissa to deal with because Marissa's anti-air game is not that strong. She's pretty weak against low moves as well, which are all things Cammy likes to do. So I personally don't really like this matchup. But it's definitely just me not knowing the matchup correctly, right? I'm not sure what buttons I can punish and whatnot because I don't spend enough time to learn about other characters. But there are a couple of times I catch her mid-strain and I was trying to use medium punch as a counter hit. So, which we did get one last round there. And she does like to catch me off guard with those random Spire Arrow, but those are really risky options because if I block them, then I get big damage out of it. And that was the hooligan mix-up I was talking about. Let's see, how do I go back? This part. I believe this is a true mix-up for Oki, and that overhead is very strong, and she can go overhead or low, so there isn't really a safe wake up option for me, and I just maybe parry, but she can also throw out of hooligan, right? So there's not really a true safe option, and I just have to guess. And once I'm in the corner at that kind of health, I kind of accept the defeat at that point. And she was able to punish me within Gladius, which happens a lot in my matches. It's a bad habit of mine, so... And that is actually a real Oki. So a lot of the times when people see this, after I do the light auto combo, when I start charging this, they just OD DP it. And I'm guaranteed to eat it, unfortunately. When that heavy punch landed, this was over. So, yeah. Even though I don't really like this matchup, as long as I can get my hits in on Cammy, then the match is pretty much over. Now, there's something I want to show you in a training room where I think that propelled me from Diamond 2 to Diamond 4. First is the implementation of forward heavy kick into Gladius. This is a true block strain, and it doesn't really matter which level Gladius I do. It's all going to do the same amount of chip damage to their drive gauge. It's always going to be 1 bar. And I'm lazy, so I just press the 1-button Gladius for light Gladius. And if you're not lazy, I need to turn off punish counter. If you're not lazy, you can get over 2k damage out of this. I believe it's 2100, right? So you get an extra almost 300 damage by doing the manual input for Gladius. But if you're lazy, you can just press 1 button. Especially a lot of times, your opponent is blocking, so it doesn't really matter whether you manual input or not. But if it's a hit and you do the 1-button Gladius, you get scaled down a lot. Like, a lot of the times, especially late into the game, you can land this quite often. Like if you space it out correctly, because let's see, if you space this out correctly, I need to block all. If you space this out correctly with Gladius, they can't breach you even with something like a crouching medium kick, right? And then you can technically punish that. But you never see me do it because I'm slow, okay? Don't make fun of me. But there are times, because the match is late, going late, and you guys are low on health, so they are also trying to press a button. And since this range is pretty far, but forward heavy kick also goes pretty far, so sometimes you catch them with a counter hit, and if they're under 4k health, they're dead, right? As you can see, it did 4100 damage with level 3. But let's say they have a little bit more health, and then you can do medium Gladius, you get 200 extra damage. And even though I'm using the one button level 3, it's 4500 damage. And if you're going to cancel because you're manually inputting the Gladius, so you only need to do one extra quarter circle forward into heavy to get your level 3, right? You are guaranteed to do over 5k damage. I have Ryu set to 5k HP. It's 5100. They're dead. So this strain has a lot of potential, but if you're lazy like me who just likes to use one button stuff, you get scaled down by 1000 damage basically with using only one button stuff. I believe this also works into heavy punch too. Yeah, the heavy Gladius version is also a thing. So if you do cancel into level 3 of the heavy Gladius, it's even more damage than 5100. So this string has a lot of potential and it's very good to implement into your gameplay. The other thing you don't see me use a lot is the down medium punch, which is very good because it's basically Marissa's down medium kick for a lot of other characters like Ryu, Juri, who likes to do crouching medium kick, and this is our crouching medium kick, right? But you don't see me using a lot because I have been getting to a habit of just medium punching my way through, which is a habit I'm trying to fix. And using this as like a whiff punishing tool is actually very strong. Like I said earlier, if you space this out correctly, the crouching medium kick would allow me to get a big combo off of it, right? This is not what people do. The combo that I see people do is this into medium kick and then back heavy punch, heavy Dima, and then you can do whatever you want afterward, right? You can drive rush afterward. I'm not very good at this back heavy punch thing, as you can see. So you can go into your standard safe jump setup, right? Or you can just end it with the heavy Gladius, and if it hits, you can also link it into level 3, etc. Right? There's a lot of good things that can come out of using this crouching medium punch drive rush cancel, because even on block you can still get a grab. Oh, if I can time it correctly, I believe you can do it actually. Right, there you go. I don't know if you can get a command grab, but you can definitely get a regular grab out of it. But yeah, that's pretty much what I have been trying to work on for my gameplay. But that's it from me this time, and until next time, it's time to nod off.